Hi everybody, it's Kimberly. Welcome back to the Illumin Guru. Thank you to the new subscribers. And we are now over 4,000 subscribers, which I just celebrated on social media. If you're not joining us on social media, please do on Instagram and Facebook, especially Facebook, because I repost links to important articles, information, my newsletter, so on and so forth. And so this is going to be Twin Flame and Divine Beings, your Ascension update, energy update for the month of July, including the start of eclipse season. I wrote out a forecast today with some channeled messages. You'll be receiving that in your inbox, my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed, you can go to the website, just scroll to the bottom, enter in your email address, and you'll receive the newsletter too. So I wanted to touch on some of these aspects here, and then I'll dig into a reading. We're going to read the cards a little differently today. I didn't pull for the Divine Masculine or Divine Feminine because I feel like the energies that are affecting both, there's going to be a crossover because there's a lot of balancing from within. The masculine and feminine energies are balancing within in a new way, and we're going to see this externally in the collective as well. So it's almost like we'll be riding the same waves in different ways, but we'll be riding the same waves, both the masculine and the feminine, in terms of what we're cutting through, what we're leaving behind, what we're approaching, and what we're needing to do to step forth into our truths. So, so the way the reading is going to go before I get to this is I've basically pulled an oracle spread, and we're going to talk about what's as feminine and masculine in the collective, what's holding us back, what are the things that are holding us back right now, and then we're going to look at the advice for the present, like how can we navigate better through the present, and then we're going to look at what we need to do or pay attention to manifest better, to create what we desire. Okay, so how can we, moving forward, what's the action that we need to take, or what do we need to do, or how do we need to, where do we need to pay attention, right? So that's that. So we'll get to that in just a moment. So, all right. So, if you're wanting to work one-on-one with me, don't forget you can book a session online at theilluminguru.com. I have numerous sessions both for mission and for soul coaching, ascension coaching, intuitive guidance, early life regression, past life regression. You can check all that out, like I said, on the sessions tab on theilluminguru.com. I look forward to working with you. All right, so illumination. We have a partial solar eclipse in Cancer, my birth sign. Yay, it's my birth sign. It's my birthday. I love July. Okay, but this is going to be a really, really, really intense time, but in a good way. I really feel like these eclipses are much lighter than any eclipses that we've had in the past 2 years. I'm feeling like things are going to get sped up. Major speed is coming. So, and I didn't mention that in this forecast, but I can tell you what you'll deduce from reading it is that things are speeding up. Okay. The reason why is because we have clarity, and here's why. So the forecast says it's time to shed what's holding us back. Highlighted are the aspects of self that include our inner demons and our misalignment with our own divinity. This eclipse season will bring an opportunity to look at the cycles, habits, and addictions that we have kept in perpetual motion from within and ask why. Why are we perpetually feeding these demons? Why are we perpetually feeding these habits? Why are we perpetually feeding negative self-talk? Why are we staying stuck? Where are the places that we're stuck, and why are we staying stuck? Why? We're actually looking through these eclipses, the light codes that are being scattered in, is shining a light on the why. And we're almost going to see it from a bird's eye view. We're going to see it differently, which is usually what happens in eclipse season. So it says facing self in this way is never easy, but it is necessary. And we will be compelled to do so from the first partial solar eclipse right through to the full solar eclipse in August, which is a full solar eclipse new moon in Leo. The cycles we will be breaking from within include addiction to intoxicants, negative thinking, self-sabotage, manipulative relationships, and any behavior that is not fully self-loving. So this is a big thing. This is what's being highlighted, where we're not being self-loving. We are being asked to view our body as a temple and to make the appropriate adjustments to up-level our consciousness and align with our self-worth, so we can begin to treat ourselves with respect and honor our majesty. With the influence of Cancer during this first eclipse, the feeling of home is highlighted, but not in an external or literal sense, not in an external literal sense. We're not talking about the home that you live in necessarily. We're talking about it's more of a coming home to self. For many of you, I'm seeing a return home that you may not have experienced yet in this lifetime, may have only felt mirrored via the twin flame connection. So a lot of times I hear twin flames say this. I felt this in my own connection. I hear my twin flame say it. You feel like home to me. I feel like home. It feels like home when I'm with you. Many twin flames say this, and we often yearn for that alignment and that feeling of home in our 3D separations, right? When you're in a 3D separation, you're yearning for that feeling again. When I was with my twin, it felt like home. But there's an illusion here, and the illusion is that the truth is we are only discovering our separation from our divine self. So our twin flame, that energy field, that one energy field that we share, that sacred mirror, all it's helping us do is come into an alignment which feels like home. And through the separation, we're seeing how we are misaligned with ourselves. So again, it's asking us to come into alignment with ourselves. We're on this path so we can find alignment from within, come home to self, and become a whole, illuminated individual who radiates light and love for self and for others. Only then is union possible. For many, this alignment shift is beginning to happen during these eclipses. I mean, it's already starting to happen, but we're going to see it really speed up during the eclipse season this year. And it is not reserved for solely the masculine or the feminine. Spirit is showing me that both divine beings are stepping towards this as we also balance both sides from within. With this new found internal alignment, which may come in the form of an inner struggle or battle until we break through and shift, so everyone's going to be different in how they experience this. Some have been gearing up or are more ready and just going to go through it really quickly, this shift. Others are going to go through more of a struggle. Some of us have already been going through the struggle, so it's going to be more quick of a transformation. So it says, with this new final internal alignment, we will then begin making dramatic shifts in our outer world. And with the Leo energy in August, that's that new moon solar eclipse in Leo, this will mean action. There will be an intense shuffling around for most. And when they were showing me it, it felt like a shuffleboard. It felt like all the moving parts shuffling around, like to land, for everything to just fall into place. So much so that jobs, homes, geographic locations, and relationships could change suddenly and with swift action. It feels like deliberate action, though, not like the rug being pulled out from underneath you. It's like action that is deliberate and taken on your behalf. It feels like ripping the Band-Aid off quickly and decisively because we are in a more healed and whole state from within. And from this place, we can see clearly. This doesn't feel like impulsive action. It feels like we are being propelled to our truth. This is the true rebirth of the new life we started back with the eclipses in January 2018. With this also comes fruition of the projects we began 6 to 7 months ago and rapid manifestation of our dreams. So, for example, a project that I've been working on since February, right? That's coming now to fruition. Many of you, I'm seeing things that you've been nurturing or things that you've been birthing for like the past 6 or 7 months is coming to fruition. So we can start a new cycle. And in this new cycle, you're actually moving forward on that new path that you've carved out, if that makes sense. So it was almost like you were carving a path, and now that path is ready for you. And you're ready to align with it. So it's coming into physical form. And then this is going to be also a part of the new life that you're birthing, if that makes sense. So Spirit is saying, be careful what you wish for, because we're in a rapid manifestation period, right? So be careful what you wish for. It's coming. Get very intentional with your thoughts during this period. Very intentional. Watch the timelines that you're feeding. Watch what you're asking for. This is the period we are actually going to see the 3D manifestation of our timeline jumps and up-leveling. Wow. Twin flame unions and mission are highlighted, especially mission. We are being asked to transmute pain into purpose. There is literally going to be an explosion of twin flames carrying out individual and joint missions by September 2018. We're going to see this both as the individual and in the joint unions, more and more in the collective. And this will give way to more collaboration in the community. This is why I want you to stay tuned for my big message that's coming up in early July as I announce a new venture in which this will be a possible avenue for you to all come together and facilitate this collective mission. This is one of the reasons why I added the mission path purpose coaching to my website. Because if you guys are getting on mission and you need help with business, you starting a business venture, your creative ideas, how to nurture them, how to bring them into life, if you just are seeking guidance about what your path purpose mission is, they're saying this is a huge way, and this is something that I feel like twin flames don't recognize enough, but this is what this process is about. It's about transmuting your pain into purpose. And if you're not doing that, if you've delayed doing that, this time right now would be a key time to start doing this. And it's going to be joyful. It's going to bring you joy. This is how we get out of that pain and out of those stuck cycles and separations and stuff like that. Because when you start transmuting, even in small ways, that's when this very happy, joyful energy can come in, and you'll find alignment, you'll find surrender, you'll find alignment with yourself, and that's what you're needing to navigate this process. All right, so let's look at the cards now and see how they reinforce those messages and see what other information we can deliver to you from the spread. Okay, so the first is, again, collective energies, both energies, masculine and feminine. So the first row is about what's been holding us, what are the things that are holding us back, okay? So we see that we have exchanging gifts, and exchanging gifts is about, these are like the blessings and the lessons that we've been receiving. And I think that some of us have failed to see that. Some of this will come with hindsight, but this is really the dance that you're doing. Some of you may say, like, well, why have I stayed so long if this karmic relationship has been horrible, or why have I done this? And they're saying it's because these have been blessings. You've been exchanging gifts with your twin flame too. Like, why has this journey been so difficult? It's because these are gifts. They've been gifts for you, not literal gifts, gifts of healing, gifts of growth, gifts of furthering your expansion and your things that are propelling you along your ascension journey. This is one thing that I feel like maybe we're not seeing fully. This is also, I feel like, related to how we're transmuting, because they're saying the gift of pain, right? Pain has been a gift, but most of us haven't been treating it that way. Those of you who have, you know what I mean, because many of my clients, I know, you do it. You get on, you start transmuting, you get on your mission, you get surrendered, you get happy. It's amazing to watch. I did it. I know how amazing it is. And I know that it is an integral part of this journey. So they're saying if your pain has felt like it's just been torture, maybe it's time to gift that pain up for yourself and unwrap the bow and say, what can I do with this to make it more beautiful? How can I share my pain? How can I be more vulnerable? How can I, share? And this is about, exchanging gifts with the collective. This is about collaboration. This is about maybe where we've hermited or kept ourselves hidden, kept ourselves stuck in the box, right? So it's time to come out, and it's time to share the gifts and share what we've learned on this journey with one another. Okay? So the next card that came up for what's holding us back, or the things that are holding us back, is the unfinished symphony. So this is the feeling, I feel like, with karmic partners, it's been reluctancy to let go, feeling like really, really attached to future plans, sad that they won't play out, feeling like things aren't totally done, or maybe it's just been prolonged situations of, staying together for convenience or because of children or housing or finances, and it's been like this ongoing unfinished symphony. So those karmic situations are coming to a close now because they have been holding us back. And this can also relate to twin flames and the unfinished symphony between the twins. And this can relate to the pieces of our healing that we haven't gone to all the way, that has been holding us back from completing this beautiful symphony with our twin flame, right? So they're saying that the things that have kept you kind of holding on to, the things that I mentioned in that channeled message, the negative self-talk, or the manipulative, abusive relationships, or the aligning with relationships, karmic partners who aren't treating you right, or situations that aren't in alignment for your truth as it is right now. It may have been your truth when you walked into the relationships, but not any longer. And so they're saying it's time now to allow this symphony to come to an end for those things that have kind of gone on and on and on. It's like they're saying it's the end of that song, and it's by closing those doors, right, or by healing those pieces, by letting go of those patterns, we're going to be able to step in. And this is 10, which means a cycle of completion, right? So that means we're going to be able to step in and really start to birth the new life that we're supposed to be birthing. And that really does feel like continuing the symphony with our twin flames. So there's dual messages in there as well. So all these cards have multiple messages, I feel like, as relating to you as an individual, as relating to maybe a karmic relationship that you're in, or patterns you've been stuck in, and then also as relating to you and your twin flame. Okay. So what's also holding us back, and this doesn't surprise me because we all know the abandonment issue. So we have orphaned, and so this is another aspect. So this could be the reason why you've been reluctant to let go of the karmic relationship or the karmic partner, or the things that haven't been working in your life. Even the addictions that we have, those things often stem from this feeling of abandonment, right? Even if it's an addiction to negative self-talk, that's misalignment with worth, that's because of our core wounding. So they're saying all things point to this underlying fear of abandonment, but it's time to really, really heal that so that we can close things up. I mean, this is codependency with the karmic partners. This is, staying in it for convenience. Afraid to leave, afraid to be on our own, afraid to be lonely, wanting, some of you want to leave the karmic partners, but then want your twin to be right there. And they're saying, no, it's like blind faith and needing to stand on your own 2 feet is what's needing to happen. And how you're going to find that is through self-love and healing these wounds at a deeper level. If you need assistance with that, you can come to me in soul coaching. As I always say, it's where we can actually process, facilitate this work, even just the remnants of it. Some of you just have remnants in there that with a couple of perspective shifts, you're going to be able to align and get into place so that you can move forward, right? Okay. So advice for the present, like what do we need to be doing in the present to help us with these changes, to help us with these energies, to help us up level, to help us birth this new life and be deliberate creators of our experience and come into union with ourselves. So the first card that came up is breathe. And this is funny because you know who you are. I can't even remember. I'm sorry, but this just came. Oh, yes, I do. I remember. This just came up in a session the other day, and we kept saying that word, breathe, breathe, breathe. But you know what? Here it is again for the collective. So breathe. So this is breathe. This is like take a deep breath. Everything's falling into place. It may be time for a little pause before all of this change. This is a time of centering, alignment, going within and asking yourself, what do I really want? And what do I need to do to eliminate the things in my life that have been leaving me stuck. Those are the things from within, the things I've been attached to from within, and the things I've been attached to from without, the things that are no longer serving, the things that are holding me back, keeping me in cycles, keeping me stuck. It's time to just breathe, pause, trust, align, and go from within. Okay? Some of you might feel overwhelmed with all this change. I mean, a lot of you feel the change on the forefront. I mean, a lot of you are about to make changes. So if you're feeling overwhelmed with that, that's understandable, right? But you're going to navigate best by taking it day by day and really breathing and being present. Even if you don't like the current circumstances, you're supposed to be here. You have to remember that and breathe into it. Okay, so this is another sign that we have in our present moment, we have the keys to unlock our happiness. We may feel stuck, but we hold the keys. The keys are in our back pocket. And that happiness, getting happy right now, even if the conditions aren't the way you want it, even if you feel stuck in the karmic relationship, you're afraid to go off on your own, or you feel like, union's never coming with the twin, or whatever that is, they're saying, get happy in the now, because that's what's going to open the portal and the gateway of opportunity for you to bring in everything that you desire. Very hard to make changes from a place of resistance. So this being happy in the now and unlocking your happiness right now, and again, breathing and stillness feels like right now. Happiness in the now. They're saying presence is really needed right now, because the presence is what's going to get you through this. And they're saying not get too far ahead of yourself, being present with yourself, finding the blessings, finding the gifts. It's like, okay, well, you may not be, you may not be able to serve your joint mission with your twin flame, but in the present, you can start working on your own mission. You can take the heartache and the pain and start sharing that, blogging, vlogging, writing. So many of you have these endeavors that you've been wanting to do on your plate or on the forefront of your mind. And it's like, it's time to start doing them, because this will bring you present also. These are creative ventures. These are things that help you get present. All right. That way we're not future tripping, past dwelling, freaking out, overwhelmed by, how it's all going to play out. And they're saying right now holds, again, these are all beautiful cards. Right now holds the treasure. The treasure is in the now. This is how you're going to welcome in all the great things that you've been desiring and this new life, is like by being present. And this is also a 9 card. And like I said in that forecast, September is feeling like the new life is already in place. September is feeling like we're on our mission. September, the 9 to me is feeling like big changes in the collective and good things, good stuff as we emerge out of this eclipse season. So that's what they're saying, is appreciate the changes, because they're leading you to a better place. Okay. A more up-leveled place. And again, we are seeing this through water, which is the highest vibration and the purest vibration. And that's where we're going. We're going to a higher level. We're going to a purer, truer place in this new life. Okay? And then the last row we have, what do we need to do or pay attention to bring everything to fruition, for how to navigate. Okay. So they're saying masculine, the yang energy is going to be essential. And remember I said, come the Leo eclipse in August, we'll be taking action. So we will need to take some action. But before we do that, we're needing to take the pause to get present. We're needing to work on the mission. We're needing to finish the symphony or close up the things that, we've been stuck to, unstick ourselves, right? We're needing to heal these, these inner wounds that are still unresolved. But by being present, getting happy right where we are, then we can start to take the action. Then it's action in alignment with who we are, not in alignment with fear, not because, it's a knee-jerk reaction, not because it's what our logical minds want, but because it's like we've done the inspiration, we've done the breathing, pausing, we've done the releasing, the purging. We're working on being in the present, being now, getting on our mission. And now it's like taking the action, putting it out there, right? Getting it out there, putting it out to people, sharing things. Here's our gifts. I'm going to share them with you. Reaching out to collaborate with others, right? Reaching out to connect with more people in the community. Making the changes, actually leaving the karmic partner, actually, and this is all part of the one energy, right? Because this is the new beginning. This is for the new beginning. Okay. So when it's time, you'll know when it's time to take action. And I'm really feeling like for many, it's around the Leo eclipses, which is August 11th and September. Okay. A lot of changes, moves, relationship changes, leaving karmic partners, everything I mentioned in that forecast. So we're needing to pay attention to what do we need to do? We need to imagine. We need to imagine what we want. This is about visualization. This isn't about future tripping, getting attached to future timelines. This is about trusting, envisioning what we desire, trusting that it's on our way to us, imagining without fear, allowing yourself to do that. And you'll be able to do that more and more as you clear out the fear stuff, the abandonment, the crutching on to the old cycles and old habits and the things that have kept us stuck or have been holding us back, and you get present. You're going to be able to imagine from a place of trust, from a place of the sky is the limit. It's not even the sky is the limit. There is no limit. There are no limits to what we can dream or do. Okay? And then we also need to be paying attention to the signs they're saying. We are being guided. We are being guided. And again, we have that water energy, which is we're being guided to the highest place, to our truth. We are really being guided. So pay attention to those signs. Allow them to uplift you to the higher timelines, and know that the changes that you are making are far less scary than you have built up in your mind. And when you release the logical fears and heal the places where your fears stem from, you'll be able to trust more in these signs. And also, I feel like these signs are also a product of your imagination, your visualization. We're going to start seeing like, oh, I just thought of that the other day. Oh, I really want that. Oh, there it is, my physical experience, rapid manifestation. Okay, so I pulled an Ascension card for the crowning sort of energy advice, and it's the sun. And this is no surprise because the sun energy, we're starting off with a partial solar eclipse in Cancer on July 12th, and then we're going right through to a full solar eclipse in August on August 11th. And this is saying the sun is the navel chakra of this universe. It radiates the divine masculine principles unto us, right? This taking action. Choosing this card suggests that the universe is calling you to develop your qualities of decisive action, protecting the vulnerable, rational thinking, courage, and strength. So protecting the vulnerable, rational thinking, courage, and strength. Invoke the sun in order to light up your aura and fill you with renewed enthusiasm for life. This is the get happy right now. Pull that sun energy in, they're saying. Let it illuminate you, supercharge you, make you feel good. Put your pain into use, transmute. This energy will enable you to help everyone feel welcome and empowered, which is an important Ascension quality. Your guidance is to fill your aura with brilliant golden light, to be true to yourself and act decisively today. And that's so beautiful because that goes exactly in line when I said we're ripping off the Band-Aid, but it doesn't feel like impulsive action. It feels like we're being propelled to our truth. It feels like we're taking quick, decisive action, right? I love this. So I did pull some advice cards, okay? So the advice cards are denial and self-esteem, okay? And so these are the things that haven't been wanting to look at, right? The things that are keeping us stuck in unfinished symphonies, stuck in cycles, stuck in circles, stuck in without resolution, without answer, stuck in confusion. But they're saying your divine helpers are coming in to help you see this, and this is the period of illumination. This is what these light codes are being scattered in to help us see this now. We're going to move out of our denial. We're going to move out of the resistance. And now we're coming through that, which is awesome. And then I also feel like the self-esteem is a big piece of this. Our getting back in alignment with our self-worth, our majesty, our divinity. They're saying you can ask guardian angel Michael, but this is really about, to come in and assist you with this. But this is just really about moving into a self-loving place. So any place we have been attached to things that have been destructive, harmful to ourselves. Remember what I said in that forecast? Our body is our temple. How can we eat better? How can we live better? How can we treat ourselves better? How can we think better? How can we clean up our thoughts and stop being so hard on ourselves, put so much pressure on ourselves? How can we be kinder to ourselves? How can we now see that truth, align with that truth, and then align with better relationships and better people to mirror that truth back to us? Where are we? Where have we been teaming up with people who have been abusive for us or unhealthy for us? Okay, so healing this from within is a huge, huge component here. And then we have retreat to nature, which I feel like is our creative energy being renewed. It's the transmuting of our pain into purpose. It's getting present, being in a meditative space, in a green space, being out in nature, hearing the birds, listening, getting the divine messages from source. This is opening our hearts or birthing. This is also about fertility. Green man's always fertility, birthing, creative projects, things coming to fruition. Right? We talked about this. This is what we're needing to focus on, is just getting our hearts open, getting present, going into our creative space, and allowing that to, allowing that to guide us into the blooming and the blossoming of the new life, right? Rather than the thinking. We don't want to be in a thinking place. I really just feel like it's creativity, presence, and then it's just action. There's nothing in between. There's not this cycle of, a lot of you get in these loops of logical thinking, confusion, resisting. You put resistance in the way. And we're learning we're really training ourselves how to come out of that. Okay. And then we also have flow of prosperity, which means it's coming along with all these new missions, new ventures. This is abundance. This is abundance through meeting your soul tribe. This is abundance through living your life more on purpose. This is stepping into your truth. And I feel like from September through the end of the year, everyone who's stepping up and stepping into their truth is going to be really rewarded for making that climb, for leaving the things that are holding us back. When you've got toxicity and when you've got attachments to low vibrational behaviors or aspects or toxicities, those things are blocking your flow, whether you realize it or not. And when you release them, your flow can come on in, and it's going to. So that's really beautiful. Love that too. So bottom of the deck for the wisdom of the oracle is TikTok. So this is okay, we just need to let go of the what's going to happen and waiting for it to happen and get present, right? Again, another confirmation of getting present and allowing the next few months to just unfold, because trusting. This is letting go of the TikTok, surrendering, presence, transmuting, breathing, Allow for the unfolding. Find the blessings in the current moment. If you can't find them, turn the pain into the blessings. And before you know it, these 2-3 months are going to have gone by really quickly because so much change and shuffling around is happening. And time's going to fly. You don't need to be focused on the clock anymore. Focus from within. Focus on yourself. And time is going to fly. Okay? And then they're saying for the bottom of the Ask Your Guide stack is celebration. So this means that this happy, you're going to be celebrating. You're going to be more joyful in a few months. This is like all of the positive results of all of this work that you have been doing. And this is like the reward. Remember I said this is like a reward for clearing out the resistance, clearing out the fear, stepping into our truth. We're going to be rewarded. And bottom of the deck for the Ascended Masters cards is artistic expression. We saw this card again in the last June reading that I did, Paul the Venetian. And I think he came in for the masculine before, but he's coming in for both energies again because this is about creativity. This is about expressing ourselves, connecting with our tribe, collaborating, sharing ideas, transmuting our pain, nurturing our creative ventures. This is about expressing from love, not fear, right, to one another, expressing our truths, right? And then the bottom of the Ascension cards is Buddha. Buddha says to us, when you draw this card, Lord Gautama, who became the Buddha, is calling you to live in a state of peace, compassion, and enlightenment. You are ready to expand your consciousness to include all that is and to view the world from a higher perspective. You are asked to live in total harmlessness with all things. This creates safety for you, for all creatures will love you and feel safe with you. Your guidance is to remember we are all one and to treat each person, animal, and sentient being as if they are a beloved part of you. And so the affirmation is, I'm one with everyone and everything. I love that. And this is very much through the perspective, the sort of unity consciousness perspective that we're finding by coming into greater self-love, coming into a greater wholeness within ourselves. It's going to enable us to serve mission, whether that be mission with animals or other humans, or, you know, helping to heal people, or teaching, or nonprofits or initiatives that we're doing. There's a huge up-leveling opportunity here. And so Buddha is reminding us about oneness. And although we are asking you to be self-focused, it's only because that is how, and that's what's going to enable you to come into a higher consciousness and a greater perspective of the whole. And that's what's going to help you come into a state of unconditional love so that you can be in union with yourself and with everything around you, one with everything around you. This is the new earth that we're birthing, and you guys are pioneering it. So know that as you let go of the things that are no longer serving you, as we're being asked to do, that there's a much, much bigger picture. So see if you can lift out and find that perspective. See if you can meditate on that perspective. If not, it will be revealed to you. But for some of you, that'll be comforting to think about that bigger picture, bigger perspective. So I hope that's helpful. And again, I'll be back for a big announcement early July, once we're actually in the month of July. And I hope all of you are well. Again, if you want to work one-on-one with me, you can do so on theilluminguru.com. I'll see you all soon. Love to you. Mwah. Bye.